Have you ever tried soldering and the solder wouldn't stick? Use this. This liquid here is called Flux. It helps the solder stick better by cleaning the metal and stopping more dirt from forming. This makes sure the connection is strong and reliable. Your soldering wire likely already contains some flux, but in most cases that's not enough and burns away very fast. In this video we will do an experiment. Make our own flux using only 2 ingredients. But what are these ingredients? The main ingredient for this recipe is rosin. It is a resin from trees and contains natural acids. These acids can clean metal surfaces by removing oxidation when heated. They also prevent new oxidation from forming. You can directly use solid rosin for soldering, but it's not easy to handle. To fix this, we need our second ingredient, isopropyl alcohol. For the best results, we should use at least a purity of 99%. When we mix these 2 ingredients, the rosin dissolves in the alcohol, creating flux. In this test, I will mix equal parts of rosin and isopropyl alcohol, so 1:1 ratio. First, I will break the rosin into small pieces. This helps it to dissolve better in the alcohol later. And as a nice side effect, it looks very cool when we just speed it up. Next we add the isopropyl alcohol to the rosin powder and mix it. You can use any container as long as it can resist 99% alcohol. Maybe a 1:1 ratio doesn't have enough alcohol to dissolve it properly. I guess we will find out soon. It took about 1 to 2 days to fully dissolve, but that really depends on the temperature. Warmer temperatures will speed things up. You can shake it now and then so the rosin doesn't sink to the bottom too much. This helps it mix better. As you can clearly see, now this liquid looks a bit like something out of your body. And there, when you have a look closely enough, there is a bit of residue and some particles inside, but that is good enough. Now let's test this flux. How good is this flux really? Let's first test it directly from this thing here. Put it to the side and hopefully I'm not an idiot and I won't spill it. On it. And let's see. Measured out the ice so steady and clean. Now I got that golden sheen. Just a little flux. Yeah, and as you can see, it's getting much more inside, but what you see also is it's vaporizing quite quickly, but you see it's getting much more into it as before. So let's put another drop of it. Yeah, you can clearly see that it works. And it's bubbling. Yeah, nice. That works better than expected, to be honest. Okay. Let's clean it up with IPA. The same API we used for our flux, and that's also a reason why you should buy IPA in my opinion. You can use it for so many things like degreasing, cleaning up stuff. There is nearly no day where I don't use some 99% IPA isopropyl alcohol, really. And now let's fill it into this bottle for more easy application. So let's see. Yeah, my box came with this little droplet thing. So I think the easiest way for me, or the most clean way, is just to fill it like this over. Yeah, you see there are some crystals of the rosin still inside. So it's not 100% dissolved, but yeah, that's not a problem at all. There is no fixed ratio. I just should have chosen the 1:1 ratio. Because it's easy to remember and to see how liquid it really is. So the whole ratio stuff, yeah, will change the viscosity, so to say. So when we have more rosin, it will be less liquid and vice versa. So we can make our perfectly own mixture as we would like to have it, you know. So we can put more rosin and less IPA. Of course, it's experimental. So you have to try it out and see what works best, and you're not just buying it and it's done. Yeah, but anyway, so if you found a ratio that's very good for you, you can make such a cheap flux, and well, why would we buy something, huh? I mean, when we can do something better, let's use it. And what's also cool, in my opinion, you know exactly what's in it. So there is nothing like, I don't know, some aggressive stuff in some other flux products commercially. Yeah, there are some other additives that you have to clean up, for example, otherwise it will corrode the PCB or destroy something when you don't carefully remove it. That's not gonna happen with this. You know exactly what's inside of it. And there are many more recipes where some guys put some aspirin in it, glycerine for less smoking and stuff. But I just want to keep it simple, try it out for myself, and I'm glad that you're with me and trying it out. I hope it's interesting for you. And if you really like it, a thumbs up would be really appreciated. Yeah, so this bottle is full, as you can see, but you have not to use the drip bottle. You can put it wherever you like. Whatever works best for you. I think it makes sense to use such a bottle just for a more precise way to apply it. But now I'm missing, yeah, this portion over here, so I borrowed from one of the other 20 bottles inside this thing. And now we have this here, and we put it down, and voila. This is it. Oh, it's inside. Okay, so mystery solved. So now we have here our flux. So great. Let's do another test. I have two more things. First, I have a clean PCB, and I also have a copper tape where we can see how it's behaving with flux or with our homemade flux and what it is or what it looks like without it. Okay, so let's get back under the microscope and see. Yeah, let's use these here, these solder pads, and have a look. So now let's see how it behaves without any flux. So we will heat it here, always heat the joint, and then we add the solder. And see, with the inside solder, this works, yeah, good enough. But when we heat it even longer, you will quickly see that this solder pad gets dull, and you see it's, let me zoom in even more, you can see it better. Yeah. It's hard to focus. Yeah, but you see, it doesn't look good at all. Now, let's use our homemade flux we just produced with low-cost ingredients, and let's drip something on it, like so. That works good. So it's, yeah, quite precise. And of course I dropped it. Okay, and let's see. Background hum of a lo-fi theme. And you see, it's not forming this kind of, hill. or it's not building up. Now you see it's flat and it's going down and deeper, and that's exactly what we would like to achieve. And it's much more shinier. Now let's use this copper tape to have there also, to see the difference with and without our homemade flux. Let's clean our tip and see. Heat the surface. And let's see how it behaves. Fan hums soft and the circuit glows. To be honest, just with the flux inside, tapped a pine tree, got the Rosin raw, scraped it in a jar, broke it down with a claw, measured out the ISO steady and clean. Okay, so this was just with the flux inside our solder wire core. Now let's do here a comparison, side by side. No need to rush, it's a Zen design. Cap leads line like a power spine. Mixing the blend, let the process ride. And put some of our homemade flux on it. Like traces drawn in a maker's dream. Rosin vibes in the static scene. Boards lit up in a quiet gleam. Every pulse timed, resistors in line, making that magic with nature's design. Find a pixel, it all aligns. Hands on the iron, soul on rewind. Static glow as the night light. That's much shinier, as you see. Let me put it on here. Maybe it's just a reflection issue, not sure. What do you think? What's performing better? Well, looks quite similar. But you see, it is clearly, the rosin is staying exactly where we want it to. Where on this side there is no more flux left. That's just not enough. So you can use just the plain wire core but with the flux, but you always have to put more and more solder to have the same results. So that's why it's not always possible or makes sense. And you see now, yeah, I have some flux left on my tip here. That's why we just spread it here. And you see it's completely behaving differently. Let's put it here on this side too. When we reheat it, it is exactly shiny. It is just shiny. It's perfect just to work with it. Let's cool it down. Nice. And now when we reheat it, there is still enough flux to work with it. Let's try to connect these two. It's getting hot here, of course. Burn my fingers because I'm holding it with my thumb. And yeah, even this here, that's quite good. It spreads evenly. So yeah, no complaints. Oops. Markus from the future here. This is what it looks like just sitting in my room. You can see that a lot of the rosin hasn't mixed with the alcohol. So I guess my 1:1 ratio had too much rosin and had not enough alcohol. Or did I miss something? If you know another reason, please let me know. But it works totally fine. Yeah, that's my first experiment. So another ratio, or maybe trying on some glycerine or something in it. Just have a look on the net, on the internet. There are so many recipes. Just try it out. Maybe you have other recipes or solution you can tell me that I can try out. I'm pretty impressed with that. And I think I will use it in the future on top of my flux paste I'm using normally. It's also handy, I think, to have some liquid stuff. Normally I'm just using paste. Everything has some advantages and disadvantages. So this paste won't run away that fast, but it's
much more unpredictable when you put it somewhere, how it spreads. So here you can use less, but sometimes is more, and you don't need to clean this off. So the good stuff with rosin is, yeah, it forms a protection layer, so to say. So the rosin protects our surfaces from oxidation in the future, but sure, it looks messy on the PCB. So personally, I don't like this, because I think when someone else looking at it and see this mess, I don't like it. It's, as I said, messy and it doesn't look good. But from a protection perspective, that's very good. So keep that in mind. And what do you think? Is it a good opportunity to use it? Is it bad? Do you have something that could have been improved? Let me know. I'm quite interested in it. But all of this doesn't help you much when you have no idea how to desolder stuff right, yeah? So have a look at this video over here and I will show you everything you need to know, and yeah, some kind of life hack if you have a really bad time to desolder something. And as always guys, happy tinkering. See you in the next one.